Can I build an Eastern Asian diorama for the red crowned cranes in 2 hours? No, it was in 2 hours and 20 minutes. Let's get started. So the premise of this video was that I was challenged to a build challenge where we had 3 hours to build. We wouldn't have any prep time. We couldn't use any big blueprints, so like small blueprints like the trees that I'm going to use were allowed. But also it was a random team. So luckily, like this was pure coincidence, but I was looking for inspiration for the Asian Highlands area in Naturalis, so that was just like fresh in my mind. Well, you could look for inspiration, but you couldn't look for inspiration beforehand. But again, luckily I was looking for Eastern Asian ideas already, so my Pinterest board was just completely all of that. But anyway, so the build challenge was with Leaf, Aniix, Concord, and Croc, if I'm remembering it correctly, because honestly, this traumatized me. Like, this is the fun thing, and I am very competitive. You know what sticks with me for this entire challenge? Is that I had to pee throughout the entirety of it, but I was just like, no, I'm not going to let those bitches win. I am going to succeed. Yeah, that's not a good thing. If you need to go to the toilet, please go. Don't hold it. Well, actually, you know, go to the actual toilet. Don't immediately just start peeing on the ground, because, you know, I should have high regards for my viewers, but then, I mean, you are watching me. Yeah. Anyway, so again, build challenge was just 3 hours to build. So I, with my 2 hours and 20 minutes, was actually ready way before the allotted time. But 3 hours to build, we all got together in a group chat, and those are never going to be leaked because we will all be going to prison. Actually, the group chat was rather tame, especially if you consider the people that were in it. But anyways, so we were all in a group chat, all just in voice chat, building, all just being traumatized. I think these build challenges are just a way for therapists to ensure that they get paid or continue to be employed. Like, just plan through build challenges, and all of the therapists across the world will just forever continue to be paid, will forever have jobs, because we all just traumatize ourselves. But yeah, so again, 3 hours to build, and we didn't get to hear like a team beforehand. That was all just randomly picked at the start of the 3 hours. So again, coincidence that I found, or well, had a lot of Eastern Asian inspiration on my Pinterest board already, which, yes, I want to continue going with like the Asian Highlands in Naturalis. I'm just like, I really have a big hunch that a lot of like, or that the next pack is probably going to go around the Highlands. So I'm now just afraid to touch the Asian Highlands and the European area. Although the European area I also don't want to touch, because I want to actually finish an area before I start a whole new one. Looking at the African area, we're very close to finishing the Australian area. So I'm just like trying to push myself to build that first. But anyways, as again for the build challenge, 3 hours. I've said this now 4 times, I think. But it's so just, I don't know why. When it came to like, oh yeah, build challenge, you have 3 hours. You usually go for things that are simple. Yeah, look at me trying to, well, actually trying, somewhat succeeding, to build a completely custom pagoda. Well, this is the main feature of the diorama. I didn't really fulfill the idea that I had, because again, it's 3 hours, so at the end of this you will just see me spamming in rocks and plants, because that's a great way to make anything look great. Just spam a lot of plants. It just, you know, hide all of your mistakes with plants and rocks. That's the Planet Zoo mantra. Like, you have a building that doesn't look correct, just place some plants and just hide it. Because if you don't see it, then it's not there. But yeah, when it came to the roof of the pagoda, this is, I mean, I'm so used to building these roofs just completely custom, because I really don't like, well, here's the thing. I think when it comes to the Eastern Asian roof pieces that we have, they do look good. However, I like just the flexibility that you get with custom roofs, because you can shape them however you want. It's like, oh yeah, the roof needs to be angled a little bit differently. And it's the freedom and the flexibility that custom roofs give you. I can already tell that some people are watching this video and are thinking like, you're talking about the freedom and flexibility, Poison. This would give me a fucking aneurysm. And who is saying that it didn't do that to me? I was so stressing out because I think by this point, or close to this point, an hour was already gone. And I was just like, fuck, I have only built like 2 stories of the diorama or 2 stories of the pagoda. And I still need to build the entire habitat around it. And also, yes, at the end, I just spammed in a lot of birch because this looks great with like 50 birch. Although, to be fair, I have a short attention span, it's probably 10. But 50 sounds better. But yeah, just a lot of birch and just having the pagoda as just the main feature. Which, again, it's so weird that this is just like, oh yeah, this is something that I can do easily. Like I can easily just flip out a pagoda completely custom. And it's just like, again, needed to pee throughout this entire video. Well, throughout this entire challenge. I don't need to pee right now. Yeah, this is the result of trying build challenges. You become more and more discombobulated. Which I don't know if that's the right word, but honestly, after that build challenge, yeah, I need to speak to my therapist. Actually, I don't have one, which might be the root of all problems. But yeah, so I was actually like, I recently said like I like doing more of these like one-off things just because it's more fun. And especially when it comes to like Planet Zoo and the Planet Zoo community, it's just fun to interact with more creators. Look at me being social. Like 2 years ago, this wouldn't have happened. 2 years ago, I would have been shitting my ass off even trying to talk to another creator. And now I'm just like, yeah, you're all my bitches now. But yeah, it was just fun. I have another collab lined up. But it's just, I mean, when it comes to the Planet Zoo community, it's just like it's so friendly and everyone. We're all crazy. Like even the creators that you think are sane, no. We're playing Planet Zoo. Do you think any of us are sane? We're all just crazy, chaotic in our own way. But anyways, back to the actual build. So I'm already going to say, like, after all of the, like, I think all of the videos are scheduled to go out on the same day at the same time and such. So please do watch all of the other creators who are participating in this, because we can't allow our private chat to leak, so yeah, hold them accountable. No, actually don't. Again, like the chat was like, I'm trying to make it out, I'm making it out to seem like, oh, we were committing war crimes in the private chat. It was mostly just like, are we all still on for today? Alright. What are the rules of this challenge again? So, the chat was completely tame and such. Although I like the idea that it's just complete chaos, because again, Planet Zoo creators, we are all insane. But yeah, do watch every other creator who participated. So that would be Aniix, Leaf, Concord, and Croc. However, do vote for mine. Yeah, after all of the videos have gone up, you can, like, I will link the voting poll also in the description. And I know it's unfair to say like, oh, please vote for mine. But I will pay you with chicken nuggets. Is bribing allowed? I'm saying it's allowed. I have a very dim view of legal and rules. That was not a proper sentence, but what can you expect from a build challenge? But anyways, back to the actual pagoda. So, as I said, when the pagoda was finished, it was like 1.5 hours. So you can already sense like, oh, Poison, you spent 2 hours and 20 minutes. So you only spent 50 minutes on the rest of the habitat. Yes. Do I have a problem with that? No. because by that point it was just like, oh yeah, I need to place a lot of rocks. And that's it. And a lot of plants. All of the plants just hide all of your insecurities. But anyway, so I do actually want to like rebuild this. Not rebuild this diorama and this challenge, because honestly I don't think my mental capacity can handle it anymore. But I do want to use like the inspiration that I used for Naturalis. But again, I'm really waiting for like the next pack, because I have a feeling that there's going to be like a fun animal for like the Asian highlands. Also, yes, Naturalis is not going to have a South America or a North American area. And now I'm kind of just like, but then I can't use them. Because like, this is again just based completely off a feeling. Don't look at this video and say, oh, Poison knows the next pack. I have no clue. I am as much in the dark as you guys are. But it's just like, when it comes to like all of the polls, because I like doing the polls on my channel now. You might have gone insane by them, but if you're looking at all of the polls, it's just like, yeah, we want highlands or just colder climate animals and South America. So I'm just like, that does say something. Besides us wanting those animals, but also just like, is Plansu going to listen to us and give us those animals? Not saying that my polls have any influence on what Plansu does. That's not the case at all, but it's just like, usually it is like the highly requested places and animals that get featured in the next pack. Because that just makes sense logic-wise, because of course you want the pack to sell, so you're going to look at like what people want. Although that's not the case for most of like the gaming industry, where it's just like a lot of microtransactions and not live action, I don't know what the other one is called, where you basically have just like an ongoing live service. I think that's what it's called. So I do sometimes clown on Frontier and Planet Zoo, but like compared to the rest of the gaming industry, they are shades, I think. I'm probably going to be like, oh yeah, this aged like milk after like a few months, because every time you say like, oh, these people are good, and it's like 5 months later, it's like, oh, they have committed like 5 mass murders and have slaughtered an entire nation. Fuck. But anyways, again, spamming rocks and plants. And as I said, we weren't allowed to use any blueprints besides small insignificant blueprints. Like, you couldn't use blueprints that would then be like a main feature in your build. But luckily, I am a blueprint hoarder. So the insignificant blueprint that I used were the Eve Zoo bonsai trees. I'm calling them bonsai trees. They are not bonsai trees, but you know, they are kind of just like, well, they are kind of like bonsai trees. But for whatever godforsaken reason, I just can't delete my own blueprints. Like, I have so many blueprints still left from Kayan al-Bashar and from Valhalla. And I've never uploaded them, I think, but I just for some reason can't get rid of them. I'm just like, whenever I look at like all of my blueprints, it's just like, no. Like there's some sort of emotional attachment, which is kind of weird because it's a blueprint in a zoo game. Why am I getting attached to them? Probably because I spent 4 hours building them. Those are 4 hours I will never be able to get back. And this is 2 hours and 20 minutes that I will never be able to get back, although I will probably relive them constantly in my nightmares. Thank you, Aniix. Thank you, Leaf. Thank you, Concord. Thank you, Croc. I am now... Well, actually, I can't blame them. I think I caused them more trauma than they caused me. Like, they are just, like, crying at their therapist now. Poison said... Well, actually, I didn't say too much. Like, that's the thing when it comes to building. I go completely mute. I do sometimes have, like, random quips that I throw out, but then most of the time... I say random quips in, like, voice channel. I'm not just, like, playing Planet Zoo by myself, completely just out of random. I say fuck. Actually, I would. Like, fuck, I would probably say when something goes terribly wrong. Like, I saved over the latest Naturalis save with an empty map. I had to redo so much shit. And you can bet your ass that I said fuck. But yeah, it's not like I just play Planet Zoo by my own and just start saying random shit. Like every 5 minutes, it's just like boobly boola. No. My brain does that though. My brain is just like, I'm building something and then I'm looking at like a video or something because I need two things at once, because I am playing in complete silence, because I have all of the Planet Zoo music turned off, because by this point I have like, I think 3,000 hours in Planet Zoo. The Planet Zoo music is what haunts me in my nightmares, so I have that completely turned off. But I do need something in the background, so I'm usually have like some live stream going on or watching like a long video, and my brain just sometimes short circuits and I'm thinking of like the most random things. But then what do you expect from a squirrel who legitimately just, like, if you give me anything, I can play with it. Like I've started wearing rings. Like the amount of times that I'm just like sitting and just like rotating the ring on my finger, like that. And then there's usually like something like a pen on my desk that I then also just play with it. I've said this multiple times before already, but like launching a pen is something I would do constantly. And yes, I should be building them, because of course then my attention goes completely to the pen and I stop building. But it's just, my brain just doesn't like long building sessions. It's again why this building session or this build challenge was just complete horror, because it was just like, I have never, I think, built for 3 hours straight. Well, 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I know that for sure because I recorded all of it, so you guys are seeing all of the builds. But anyways, as I said before, I am going to link the voting poll for this challenge in the description. I'm going to try and also link all of the other channels of all of the other crazy people who participated in this challenge down below. And if you vote for me, I will give you chicken nuggets, because I have no shame. I will bribe my way to victory. Also, please send help. I need it. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, show a therapist at the like button. And if you want to see more, throw the bill at the subscribe button. Anyways, have a wonderful day, guys. Bye bye.